All right, Eli, before we start the show today, the wives, Lenny Q something here. They just want to say thank you to all of our listeners, to the Velcrin, to everyone who listens to the show for supporting us in the merch. They put out a new collection and some new designs.
It's delicious.
Kudos to you, Eric Cooper. Kudos to you, Case Golf, CAYCE. They hooked us up with some head covers. They hooked us up with an attorney to protect you. You can't be too careful these days.
Sometimes I forget that I am corporate. Upper management.
Kudos to Hooper as well on these towels. I'm hooked on these.
That's the first
caddy towels.
That's the first caddy towel I've had, and it is absolute money.
If you've never had a caddy towel, it's bigger. It's almost like you could almost use it as a beach towel.
I was going to say it's not big enough to use as a bath towel. Just take my word for it.
But really large hands could use it as a hand towel. Like if man hands. There's a beach towel on the rack.
What hooks me better, Jerry?
Kind of cool looking.
It's like dating George the Animal Steel.
It's part towel, part horrible beast, but it's got an LGLG logo on it. Kudos to Hooper again for hooking us on the towel, and kudos to Chris, our listener Chris, who produced those towels for us. So anyway, if you're interested, chasingscratchgolf.com/store and get you some merch.
Let's go.
All right, Lenny, cue me saying previously on Chasing Scratch. Previously on Chasing Scratch. We can name this episode the one where Mike quits. I'm not even joking. That would actually be good. It tells people up front that I quit in the middle.
I'm trying to figure out how to bring you back. I'm really struggling with the angle.
I'm sorry. There's no angle for you. I just don't care. This is Chasing Scratch Season 4, and this episode is called The One Where Eli Was Right. You know, I quit on the front nine. And then I went over to see my wife and your wife. And your wife gave me the rest of her shrimp taco. Because of that kindness.
You're back in?
No.
Oh, there he goes.
I still quit.
There he goes.
But I'm going to enjoy this shrimp taco. It's really good. I can make a nice sauce. So there we were, 27 holes into the second major of the year, and I had just quit. And I was going to be fully content to ride the next 9 holes as well, just eating my shrimp taco. But literally seconds after this recording, the rains came in, and we were rained out the rest of the day. There are no recordings from the rest of that day or that night, but here we are the next morning, headed to the course for the first tee time at Greenbrier, and I was less than excited.
I just want to be the first to say I've never been more disappointed that it didn't rain. There was 100% chance of rain last night.
There is almost now. I'm going to guarantee we get everything in today.
I wanted to wake up and watch the Open and just not move until we saw Larry. That's what I wanted to do.
The Larry I'm talking about here is PGA Pro Larry Ward, Eli's longtime instructor, and who I'd gotten a lesson from in May. And this was the angle Eli was trying to use to bring me back. He was saying magic happens at the second lesson with Larry. I was dubious. But before our lesson, we were playing 9 more holes in our 54-hole major. Eli came in up 11. I actually started a little comeback, winning the first 2 holes. But during the process, I was still not enjoying boring golf and complaining loudly about it.
I don't think I want to be a scratch golfer.
Reason being?
Doesn't sound any fun. It's like, I'm playing this here in my shotgun pattern. Okay, where's just a safe place to aim? Oh, look at that fat part of the green. That's fun.
I agree. I think yesterday you looked like a happy guy out here.
I was trying to be a safe player yesterday.
Oh, that was the safe player face.
I was trying to do what you guys told me to do. And it sucks. You know what I miss is playing Wolf.
Gosh, that's what we need. Let's just get
Let's play Wolf. Let's find two guys.
and just be professional Wolf players.
Yeah, listeners, look. Hey, two guys who are in Kentucky.
2 guys in their late 30s.
Come out and play Wolf. Dollar skins, dollar birdies.
And we will escalate it quickly. It will get fun.
Let's play Wolf. No. I'm gonna play virtual Wolf. All right, partner. Play hard for me. Hey, play hard. we double the. Hey, 12's coming up. 12's coming up. Low man can double the bet.
Virtual Wolf. That'd be the greatest game ever.
You just convince yourself you're playing Wolf.
I love this.
And you know what? You know what Wolf lets you do? Yes. I told you I would miss in a space where
That can't be you.
That's definitely me.
There's no way that's you.
Of course it is. Yep. Pink dots all over.
That's one of the worst. that actually is baffling. You weren't even close.
Every single hole. What did I do?
Mike's literally 6 feet into a pine tree hitting this shot.
What did I do, golf gods? I can't. You're in my way.
That's a shaw.
But despite all of that, which, by the way, we'll put that shot in the pine tree up on Twitter and Instagram. Despite all that, I cut into the lead. I was only 8 down after 36 holes, with 18 final holes to play the next day. But next was Larry's, and I have to admit, if I was driving, I would have just driven to Eli's house, gone in his pantry and found some snacks I hadn't eaten since the 6th grade, and watched the British Open for 6 hours. But Eli was excited. He continued to build up what would be my second lesson with Larry. So we pulled into high performance golf, and Eli was first. And his lesson sounded like this.
Way to go. Way to go, man. That's very good. I mean, if we were to go back in the archives and pull your impact location from a couple of years ago, we may say we've never covered the ball like this.
Yeah.
Perfect little baby cut right down the middle. Man, you're swinging so stinking good. Again, a 0 swing direction, all the good stuff. I mean, man, your golf swing's gold right now.
Okay.
You're in a good spot.
Awesome. Thank you. So
Absolutely. Not every golf lesson is information. Not every golf lesson is a change. Sometimes a golf lesson is a checkup.
Yeah.
And today I would check that box for you. It's simply just a checkup.
Yeah.
It was an all-out stripe show. Eli was just up there honing. He looked like a guy right on the edge, just like he has all season. A reliable putting stroke away from making a real run at scratch. And for me watching first and foremost as Eli's friend, it was awesome to see. But as his competitor in this whole endeavor, I would be lying if there wasn't a feeling that, to borrow a phrase from my good friend Brian Elaine, Eli has blown past me. Our handicaps were virtually the same at this moment, but it felt like we were on very different trajectories. So then it was my turn. So I started by telling Larry my recent tendencies, what I've been working on since our last lesson. So he videoed a few swings and started analyzing what he saw.
Well, you're a different guy there. You're definitely getting this part of the golf swing is better, no doubt. That part of the golf swing right there is the demon.
Yeah.
Okay, that part right there. So we're going to work on that a little bit.
The demon he's talking about is the transition, the pull down from the top as it's always been, the tumble, the vertical shaft, whatever you want to call it. It's the move that forces me to save the club face at the very end. And honestly, it was a little discouraging to watch. After specifically working on a few things that I thought I was doing, they were still not showing up on video. But Larry anticipated this.
With that short arm right there. Trust me, you're probably not going to get there. It's just a feel. Okay. So to promote some of this, I'm going to introduce this training aid that I got just for you. Let's go left arm. Left arm. Okay.
We'll put all of this on YouTube so you can see the full details for those who want to see it. Larry put a training aid called the Shallower, a Genkus box, on my left arm. Its basic function is to keep your forearms connected throughout the swing. And there's similar products out there like it. Watson Golf has something called the Structure Ball that I've used as well. But until this lesson, I didn't really know how to use it properly, particularly how the right elbow should move to start the transition. Larry showed me the basic moves, and we went at it over and over and over. And eventually, it began to work.
Wow. Watch him go. Down 4-6, out 2-6 with the path. All right. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
After a few more, we analyzed some more video. And while Larry was pleased, he gave me something to think about.
Your take weight so much better. And then you start it down and get around the corner. Man. Come on, man. That's so good. All right. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Okay?
Yeah.
That's pretty. That don't mean nothing.
Yep.
Okay? It's not functional. It's not going to be functional yet because, I mean, you have a lot to think about there, but you're going to have to give it a lot of attention to make that change. You make this change, you're not going to maybe like some of the things that happen, but for the long-term health of your golf game,
Right.
getting this extension, getting more dynamic, getting some of those transitional things to happen are going to be huge for you. We're really taking a gamble in making this big of a change at this point in the season.
Okay.
But it's the very best point in the season to do it because it sets up your next season.
Okay.
It's totally like taking your circuitry, all of it, and rewiring it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that if you weren't any good. Okay, because you got to be good enough to make the change.
Right.
You know, look here. There's a ton of guys playing golf out there. There's nothing they can do. They're going to shoot 90 the rest of their life. It's just golf.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're better than that. You know, you should be a scratch golfer. You have all the stuff you need.
Okay, so that last part was nice to hear. But what about all that other stuff Larry said? All I heard was scary words like rewire, overhaul, a gamble. It sets you up for next season. Those are words I didn't necessarily want to hear. So there was a lot to process as we left the lesson.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is July. What's today?
Today is the 17th. Leaving High Performance Golf Academy, Larry Ward, for the second time for you.
Yep.
I need just initial reaction. Good, bad, frustrated, overwhelmed.
Basically, let me sum it up. There's two options. One is the option that I already did, which is I already quit.
One is the option we've already named this episode. Mike quits the podcast.
The second option is we have 7 more seasons because that's how long it's going to take. That move feels like I've never swung a golf club. It feels like this is a brand new sport. So that's my initial reaction. Then my more backed away reaction is it's actually nice to hear.
What do you mean?
It's nice to hear that in Larry's opinion, I need a major change. Because I think I need a major change. But when I don't hear I need a major change,
it feels good as far as what you have to put in.
Right.
But you don't think that's true intuitively.
But then I go out and on these trips and I do what I've been doing for the last year and a half. I'm getting murdered. So, those are my thoughts. You got to watch the whole thing. First of all, Eli got up there and Larry was like, gosh, Eli, your swing it's like a velvet painting. It is glimmer and glam.
I think that's quite what he said.
Confetti came down, roadies. There was dry ice. He came out. Eli came out to the Rolling Stones, You Start Me Up. He was dancing like the Windows 95 launch. Except for the roadies brought dry ice, and he just proceeded with every club in the bag to hit just silk. What are silks made out of? Worms? It was like a silkworm factory in Bombay.
He
He was Gordon Bombay out there, just silking it up.
Triple deacon everybody.
So after that silk show, I came up there. I start hitting a few, swish, swish. I start chunking a few. Can't make ball first contact. And then Larry proceeds to show me I'm still tumbling badly, still getting vertical, still pulling. That's why I'm hitting it fat. That's why I'm not hitting it. That's why I'm not compressing it.
I'm flipping. I'm flopping.
But anyway, you saw it all, Eli.
Well, I was amazed at a couple things. First of all,
Eli the whole time is just cashing major checks. He's like, well, I'm gonna
I was
win.
like, wait, what's that, Larry? He's gonna be lost for a year. Double whatever the prize was for the final major.
Cha-ching tomorrow. Cha-ching for the third major.
Triple the ante if this thing takes a year to work through. Let's
The
go.
final major's a gimme.
Let me take advantage of a year of just finding it. No, I think, I mean, in all honesty, I was mesmerized at how quickly the flight of the ball and the data on TrackMan changed. The move you're talking about with the shallowing, it's so freaking hard.
Yeah.
It is so freaking hard. And to see the ball flight from where your practice, obviously a day and a half of golf with you, but then to where your practice shots were, to go, I mean, he put 15 yards on the same exact club, same exact spot, line, everything, and he did it in about 8 swings.
And I wasn't even swinging as hard as I probably should.
And you were still like, I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
I was doing half of what he was saying.
Yeah. So that, I mean, seriously, that was really interesting. And I apologize to any part of the video that we used that I was using, because it's filled with me going, because I was just like, holy crap, I can't believe you got that fast. That's the positive. The second thing for me, that's number one. Second thing for me, I don't know how you feel, but again, this is because of history with Larry, but I'm 100% convinced that's the path forward for you. So if I were you, I'm like, I'll just put everything else out of my head. That's the path forward. I think number 3 is the hard part, which is knowing what is lying ahead of you and what it will actually take. Now, you will pick this up quicker than you think as far as a feel that's workable. But you have, like, the type of practice, because, like, we kind of flippantly say, well, how would you practice this? And he was like, 10-minute block training. Then I'd go do this. I'd come back and do 10 minutes of block training. Then I'd come back. And I'm like, Larry, that conflicts with everything that we're about. How about this? We take 6 focus swings. We feel a little something. We go full swing after that at targets.
And then we see the front nine's open, so we go play.
The front nine's open, so we just bolt and go play. How long will it take me to master it if that's my practice rhythm?
Yeah, he described the what's that movie where the guy's just sitting there and he just urinates himself? That's what I felt like. I was like, oh, so this is going to be real work. So basically, what everyone is saying is, this is a job. You're going to go and you're going to go put in all this work. Then you're going to go on the course. You can't have any fun. You can't hit any good shots. Don't aim at pins. Just chunk it into the middle.
You're not going to need to learn how to hit whipping hook draw punches.
What fun is that?
Balls down the fairway and hitting greens and putting for birdie 14 times around.
That doesn't sound like any fun. I'm going back to Wolf. That's option 1. Quit the podcast. Quit the podcast and make 3 good friends, and we just play Wolf. We play Wolf every weekend. I love Wolf.
Wolf is great. All right, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
Are you encouraged? Or are you, like, just give me one word checkout? Are you, what is the word?
Prison Mike. He went prison Mike on me. He scared me straight.
I'm going to scare you straight!
Basically, like, we got in there.
He gave you some
Larry did Eli's lesson normally, and then he turned around. He put a purple bandana. And he went prison Larry, and he was basically just like, he said, the worst thing is the tumbling. The pulling from the top is the worst thing.
You get out the alignment rods, and people look at you. They're the Dementors.
But no, again, I think what I would say is, it's encouraging, because I feel like I've put enough evidence on the table publicly on a podcast for everyone to hear that
the same sock that I wore around,
that my swing as it exists today needed something.
Yeah.
It needed, I wouldn't say this is an overhaul, but that's
an overhaul. You don't think that because your backswing is so perfect. It's an overhaul. You're talking about completely changing your, even part of your takeaway.
Can I be positive for a second?
It's an overhaul. Just embrace it. I think the big thing is you have to believe that this is the right, like, you do have to be at peace with the fact that, but you have to believe that this is, because if you believe it, you can commit to it. If you're like, no, I really do think this is it. This is the way forward. And also, I'll continue with my plug. I think Larry needs to be your guy. You need to go put serious work in on this. And come back up here in September for a weekend, and we'll see Larry again. But I'm like, Larry is the guy that can get you where you want to go.
I declined to make a decision there in the car as to whether I was going to go all in with Larry for the overhaul. I needed to marinate on that a little more. But the next morning, there was a major to finish, and I had an 8-hole lead to a race.
Sunday morning
at the Open.
Sunday morning, rain is falling. Share some covers, share some skin. Oh yeah. Here's what I wake up thinking about. Very, very clear direction today. A lot of clarity. Feel like I have 38 different swings that I could use today.
How many swings are in your head? How many countries are in this country?
Where's your head at? 8-hole lead. You're 8 up with 18 to play.
I feel.
And you took me to a lesson where I have to overhaul my swing. It's all coming.
One of the easiest things I've ever executed.
It's coming
honestly.
clearly. It's starting to come clearly now.
I put you in the guest room. I freeze you out every night. It's at sub-zero temperatures. I put you on pizza last night, McDonald's in the morning.
Cinnamon roll when I got in.
It's really not that hard to win a major.
We're playing at a course that is your home course that I've never played.
It's my home course.
You wanted to play there all 4 days.
It's one of the easiest things I've ever pulled off. It was a series of, it was like the push. My whole goal on Sunday was to get you to overhaul your swing. Could we take a normal human being and cause them to overhaul the swing in 3 days?
It starts with just some simple compliance.
Would you like a cinnamon roll? We started off the day with a cinnamon roll. He doesn't eat cinnamon rolls at night. He doesn't eat junk at night. It was a simple request.
But would you like a cinnamon roll? You've just been driving for 10 hours. Of course you do.
Stay up another hour and a half.
Here, just mark these as veggie. No one will know the difference.
Now they're tied to each other for the rest of the weekend. You wake up in the morning. He's hungry. Don't offer food. Drive straight to the course. Suggest an hour-long warm-up.
I forgot about that. Gosh, that move. The first day. Actually, the 9 holes that won it. You were 6 up after 9. You're 8 up total.
And you were half passed out from no food intake, from no caloric intake.
Now, just a disclaimer here, the rest of our audio on the ride to the course is some of our favorite audio that exists. If you listen, you'll get to meet someone named the Bro Man, and Eli makes one of the most brilliant analogies of our lifetimes. But it's long and it's way off topic, so we've put that after the credits. Right now, we'll take you straight to the conclusion of the second major. Eli was 8 up, and my goal was to make that lead 5 at the turn. Which of the 78 swings was I going to use? None of them. Channeling John Sherman, I wrote react on my right thumb. I was going to get over the ball, take the smoothest swing I could possibly make with no swing thoughts, and see what happened. I immediately lost the first hole, but then I found a little something, and Eli was a little shaky.
Let me bring back some of those ice cubes and turn on the dramatic music again. Let's go. Eli's now bleeding holes. He's lost 2 in a row. It's 7 up with how many to play? 12?
7 up with 12 to go.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm about to make another swing adjustment. And this one will cause me to win
Can I hear the swing adjustment?
9 out of the next 11 holes.
Can I hear the swing adjustment?
No. It's a secret adjustment. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's just going to make me mad. This adjustment, I'm going to write this adjustment right here.
That's the adjustment that I made?
I will win the next
11.
9 out of the next 11 holes. Here it is. The adjustment we've all been waiting for. The Adjustment Bureau. Matt Damon. Matt Damon's been my reverend since he made Good Will Hunting. It's time for the Adjustment Bureau. Didn't really happen, but it's straight. It's about 212 yards.
In the middle of the fairway. Matt Damon has been my reverend since the Adjustment Bureau.
Since Good Will Hunting.
Since Good Will Hunting. That's the line.
I've never seen Adjustment. Have you seen Adjustment?
Never even heard of it. Is Matt Damon in that?
Yeah, it's like a time travel movie. I've never
Benjamin
watched
Button, Marty McFly. Matt Damon has been my reverend since Good Will Hunting.
Since he wrote and did the screenplay for Good Will Hunting. It was that good. I said, hey, whatever this guy says,
Whatever this guy's preaching, I'm going to take
believe
some
it.
of it.
And he just became my reverend.
And then you branded yourself.
That drive went 186 yards. Everybody, the adjustment, just the mention of the adjustment is just clanging around Eli's head. He doesn't know how to get it out. The adjustment didn't even get executed. Maybe there wasn't even an adjustment. Who knows?
It's like a trick. I can't get you out of my head.
Lead 7. It's all changing. It's all changing. It's David Bowie. Ooh. 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 Wait.
Nope.
Wait. This is, hey, what does Eli say? To juice me up every time? This is what you come here for. This is why you listen. These shots. He's not even considering the cut punch that runs up into the green. He plays a nice, safe. I fell asleep. It was so boring.
On the 8th hole, I had 6 feet for par to cut the lead to 6, and I missed it to the right. And then on 9, I had 6 feet for birdie to cut the lead to 6, and I missed it to the right.
Oh, man. 2 6-footers last 2 holes.
The window is there.
2 6-footers. I could be at 5 right now. It's still at 7. He's 7 up with 8 to play. And thus ends the match. Second major's over. Eli, how do you feel? You won 8 and 7. Hey, baby steps. It was not 10 and 9. I'm improving.
I feel like this. We called this a major, but we all know you're in the middle of rebuilding. So I'm not sure how much major significance this actually had.
Major. I lost it again. Look at that turtle. That turtle is giant.
Holy cow.
So with the major over, we had 7 holes left, and the final round of the Open was on. So we thought about leaving and heading to the house and watching that. But then on the next tee, I decided to take a swing using the moves from my lesson. And it felt awful. But the drive was pummeled, and Eli filmed it. And the impact position was almost perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can slowly see the blood returning back to the body. The hope.
We're deep into the film.
Yeah.
This is NFL film. Steve Sable just came out.
Those 2 swings offer all kinds of feel goods.
No, nothing feels good.
Well, it looks fantastic.
Good. I can't tell you how awkward these shots feel. It feels like, I think I just told you, it feels like I've never played golf, but I've never hit a ball like this. So,
yeah.
But anyway.
But here's the problem, listeners. The problem is now there are 2 face-on swings that essentially he cannot refute. They're really, really close. Those swings have to make you start to see a little light. Just a little glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel.
There is some hope. There is some hope that it's because here's what the last few holes have showed me is I can start making the move and I don't play like a diseased animal.
Yeah.
So it was proof that it's not an all or nothing sort of thing. I was kind of thinking yesterday, like I've got to
master it.
I'm going to shoot 100 for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, I'm encouraged.
Back in the car, headed back to Eli's house, we tried to wrap up the trip.
There are traverses everywhere.
Did we just pass one?
There's 3 in this parking lot.
What?
Look, right down there, white traverse, black traverse, back down that way.
I'm done with this club.
But I've seen. Have they been running some ad campaign?
Some Traverse specials? Have we given the Traverse a bump? Hey, Traverse.
Chevy.
I think we may need to have a chat.
Listen.
Granted, we associated it with a horrible series of events and being homeless. But still, I have to think that helped yourself.
But if you think about it, we associate it with a home. It was a homey feel. It's where I lived.
And from a square footage perspective, we basically said it's as big as a house.
Yeah, because I closed the hatchback and I can.
That's right.
That's where I live now. I've chosen to live in a Traverse, so I believe that has had an effect on sales.
I completely agree.
We're up 800% in suburban tweens. All right, we're done. We're done for another weekend.
Another weekend that went by too quick.
Another major. Oh, we forgot to get your shirt. Just put that on my tab when you go in and get a Cricket shirt, by the way.
Cricket.
Cricket shirts in the clubhouse.
Cricket in my own backyard? You didn't even give me a heads up?
Man.
I felt like I walked in on my wife with another man.
You capped him, didn't you? You hit him with a baseball bat, didn't you? You're Nick Beam's the master of his domain. The master of his destiny.
You still remain the only guy I know to quote Nothing to Lose.
Nick Beam. I'm Nick Beam. All right. What have we learned?
We learned that bears are mindless killers.
Nope. Equinox. Thought it was another Traverse. Bears are mindless killing machines.
Here's what we learned.
Robots are all going to rise up against us.
We learned that Larry is once again the man.
Larry.
Pastry. Larry will bring you a whole box of pastries.
A lot of pastries.
We learned that you have an amazing ability to even start to pick something up with virtually no practice. Actually, it might be a curse because it's part of maybe what convinces you that you can go, you're good, you've got it.
We've also learned that the correct way that every professional goes through the ball. I think we already knew this, but I think I convinced myself that maybe it wasn't true, but it's true. I feel like a fish. Like someone just caught me, they unhooked me, and they threw me out on the ground. I'm just flapping around.
They're like, here, breathe some oxygen through your gills. How's that?
I've got gills, and I'm just flapping on the dock trying to get back to the water. That's how I feel coming through the ball the right way.
Yeah.
It feels like a full body vomit. That's what it feels like.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to put you in a number now. I think when you get home and we get back on the mics to digest, I think we need an update on the practice plan.
Yeah.
On the 7-hour trip back to North Carolina, I thought about the right thing to do. Overhaul scared me. Getting too technical scared me. But I decided that trying something less severe scared me even worse. I ordered that training aid that Larry showed me as soon as I got in, and I updated the contract training plans to work on the moves that Larry had prescribed, with one addition. Lenny, cue the Adam music. There was one drill this winter that Adam told me would improve my ball striking more than any other. Differential training low point drills to move my divot forward. I did this once, mostly because I didn't like it. I determined this was critical for me moving forward. And so I structured my plan just like Adam had told me to structure it in the off-season. Technical work, differential, calibration, simulation. After the first week, it was ugly. Here's Eli and I on the phone after I'd had about 4 practice sessions. The odds for the final major, you're like, what it was like Ledecky's odds for the 800.
But see, I completely disagree with this, because if you put the work in over the next several weeks,
the work is being put in.
There will be a moment, because I can remember the first 2 seasons. I can remember my exact moments. I can remember sitting out in the range after 4 or 5 weeks of just freaking hating golf, and then all of a sudden, actually, I think I recorded audio on it both times, but I was like, okay, I just left the range. That's the first time in a month that the ball has started to fly. And it was like all of a sudden you're there in like half a second. So there is going to be a moment out there the very near future, if you'll keep putting the work in, where I think it's going to flip, and when it flips, it's going to flip quick.
And sure enough, the next time we talked, something had happened. But I went to do my drills, and I was just doing slow motion swings. Mm-hmm. But the ball was, even on a slow motion swing, the ball was just, I was hitting the exact line. Mm-hmm. It was compressed. So then I was like, okay, well, let me take a regular swing. And I was focused on 2 things. One, I've been doing some Adam drills to make sure I hit ball first. Mm-hmm. And then everything that Larry was talking about. So the open chest, and then really that first move down with the shallowing right elbow. And I did get the Gankus ball Gankus thing. Well, I hit 5 perfect 8-irons. Ooh. And then I hit 7 perfect drives. And I'm barely I feel like I'm barely swinging, but the ball is taking off.
Yeah.
The swing was, it still felt awkward. Mm-hmm. It still didn't feel like it was natural. I still had to take like an extra, I got over the ball and I had to take that backswing. Had to think about what I was doing. Hit the ball far, mm-hmm. With not a whole lot of effort. There was that moment. Now the very next time, it didn't look anything like that. Mm-hmm. So that's the tough thing, not to get discouraged when you kind of get it. Did you have those moments?
Oh my gosh,
go backwards?
But it's the discipline. Here's what I would say: it's the discipline to keep doing because like the moment you hit 5 or 6 good ones, it's like you just want to sit out and just hammer balls. Yeah, and it's like, okay, I've got to keep working on this, and I still think about what Irish Mike said. Which I've incorporated into my practice also, but it's slow motion swings out in the other day. Yeah. I don't know if I told you this. I literally set a timer on my phone because I said I will cheat and shortcut this if I don't. I set a 10-minute timer on my phone, and I hit 10 balls to a target, going through the whole process, and then I stopped. I set a 10-minute timer, and for 10 minutes, I did nothing but take super slow-mo swings and hit 15-yard shots. And
I love that.
No joke. I went, you know what? I've got to be pretty close. I'm exhausted, and all my muscles hurt. Slow motion swinging, like it exposes all the muscles that you don't use. And I stopped, and it had been like 3.5 minutes. I thought I was at 10 already.
And then a few days later, something else happened. So I told you that we needed to talk tonight because there was a development today.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm ready. I'm a little nervous.
As I had told you last week, I've been working on this move. And I told you that one day last week there was a light shone through. Lenny, if you could play the light shone through music.
A beam of light. Roadies, dry ice. Freddie chimes.
Chimes. A beam of light shone down, and I was hitting the ball really, really well. And then the next day, I was hitting the ball, or 2 days later, I was hitting the ball not very well at all, doing the same stuff. I thought.
When you hit the ball poorly, will you come in with that?
And then Jeannie, you come in with the bass. So today, Monday, August 2nd.
Okay.
I just had there was like a tranquil feeling this afternoon. And Lenny, if you could play something tranquil. I wasn't even supposed to play today. Okay. But I just said, you know what? I think I'm going to go play. It's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day today. And I said, you know what? Club's closed. I'm going to go play Bryant Park, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually listen to everybody today. It's going to be the round of listening.
What?
So I started with Dr. J. Lenny, Eastern music. I did visualization. I visualized every hole because I know every hole.
That's right. Player's course?
Player's course.
Okay.
On the way, I re-listened to a little John Sherman.
Gosh, this is like full commitment right
here.
I
thought about Matt Luther. I thought about the swing that I was going to use, and it took me back to the first time that I hammered nails.
Ooh.
And so I thought about Adam, and then obviously I was gonna take a version of the swing that I've been working on. But the whole goal of the day was 80%. I'm not swinging over 80% at anything, and I don't care what happens. I'm just
okay.
So I get out to Bryant Park. I get paired up with a random guy. He's in a different cart. I barely talked to him. I called him Craig. And I'm about to cue something I haven't cued in a long time.
Dramatic music? Come on.
Lenny, cue the dramatic music.
Come on, baby. Come on.
First hole, and I laser one.
Ooh.
280 down the middle.
I love it.
Effortlessly. Hit the green, 2-putt, par. I get out of number one with a par. You know how big that is.
Come on, baby.
Then I go to the next hole, and the
gotta take advantage.
Same sort. Yeah, short par 5. You gotta take advantage. Same swing, same results. I hit the green in 2. I've got 40 feet up the hill. I've got a 4-foot birdie putt. I make it. I'm one.
Come on, baby.
I'm one under after 2. It's actually after the tee shot on 3, the downhill par 3, which I never hit a good tee shot there. I hit it to about 30 feet. Easy, a great lag putt. I par 3, and I can just tell. I've got something going. Like, where your vision narrows.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even see misses. Like, that's what's going on. And Ned, Craig, I couldn't even tell you what he was doing.
Kip Mel, whatever.
Kip Mel, he was playing different tees. I mean, I barely said a word to him. 4th hole, par 5, par.
Okay.
5th hole, par
okay, wait, real quick. On the 4th hole, What did you hit on your second shot?
I hit a 4-iron. I thought you'd be happy about that.
Okay, I like it. Par. Okay. Fifth hole, par 3.
Fifth hole, par 3. I hit best shot I've ever hit there. 9 feet for birdie.
Dang. Did you make it?
Just missed.
Oh. Okay.
So 1 under through 5. Then I get to 6, which 6 is easy, but I always screw 6 up.
Yeah.
I hit a perfect 3-wood. I've got 75 left, and this is I probably outthink myself a little bit. I'm on an uphill stance. I choke up on the club. Wesley Snipes comes out. Blade.
Blazer.
I blade one, and it comes from 75 yards. It hops over the green, short-sided, but I go up top, and I hit it to 7 feet. And then right on this putt, I try something that I have never really done. And that is I pick an intermediate spot on a putt.
Whoa. I don't think I've ever done that.
No. But here's why. On the last hole, on the hole before, I missed it right. And I couldn't believe that I pushed it. I know I didn't push it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think I'm lining up right. So
Safety first? Safety first on the greens?
Yeah, safety first on the green. And sure enough, I get up over this putt, drill the 7-footer.
Look at him.
I'm 1 under going into...
That is big time going into 7.
The worst hole ever designed.
A Barbara Hershey-like hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Hit the green, 30 feet, 2-putt. I got a par on 7.
Oh, that's like an eagle.
Yes, it felt like an eagle. So then I round the turn, I go up the hill to 8, and there's 2 groups waiting on the tee.
Oh, no.
So there's a long wait, and it's a cold top. It rolls like 30 yards. Oh. Yeah, so I'm feeling really awesome.
Okay, so you've got
almost. It almost hit.
Can't.
It almost hit Kip or Mel or whatever his name was as he was waiting up.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
And I'm assuming it's at an angle where you can't even go at the hole. You probably still have to punch out to the fairway.
Yeah, I had 333 yards. So
yeah.
Here's one where prior Mike would not have looked at the yardage. He would have gone up there. He would have gone up there with his 3-wood and just tried to hit
smoke show. A pull, a low stinging pull.
Even knowing that you can't hit the green because but it looks like it's a draw. So you would just say, I'm just gonna hit a draw. I don't care where it goes. I did not do that. I took the 5-iron. I played to I played to 75 yards.
Okay.
Hit it on the green to 19 feet. Missed the putt. So I bogeyed.
But you took a bogey.
But I took a bogey.
That would have easily been a double 3 days ago.
Yes. All right. So I'm even through 8, but then the backup is still there on 9. But you know how the course is laid out.
Oh yeah.
You can see 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tell Kip and Mel, like, hey, I'm just going to play a few more by myself, and I just take off.
There he is.
I turn around, I go play 12, but then I notice nobody's on 11. So I go backwards to play the par 3 11th up the hill. I par 11. I par 12. Gosh, I should have birdied 12, but I par 12. 13th hole, always dog-legged left over water.
Yeah.
This one, I did not hit a great drive. I was up. I had about 170. Precision Pro distance was 177 yards in the rough. And this was the first real bad contact of the day.
Oh, no.
As soon as I hit it, I knew it was in the water. And and then it barely crossed the water.
Okay.
It barely
into like a flock of geese based on the last time I was there. Into an entire species.
The whole country of Canada, their geese population comes from this particular spot. It flew right into. It actually flew to the flat right of the green.
It's a sleeper cell of geese.
Flopped a shot up there to 6 feet, and I made the putt. So I
come on, baby, let's go.
I'm par 13, 14 par 5, 14 par 5. decent. This is just a decent hole. Everything was decent, and got out of there with a par. So I'm even on 15, and you know this hole we've never hit in the history of our lives. I hit the best drive I've ever hit in my life on this hole.
You hit it a foot off line and it rolled into the woods. That's how
I
bad
hit.
this hole is.
I hit it 1 foot off line, and it is in deep rough. So
Gosh, it's the worst hole ever.
I only have 105 in, but it's not a great lie. But I do hit the green. I've got a 50-footer. But my lag putting, I'm telling you, the routine I had going, the Scotty, my little Scotty, Scotty had gloves and helmets on like American Gladiators.
American Gladiators.
50-footer rolled up to 2 feet, easy tap in.
Good night.
I'm even going into 16, and now
Come
16,
on, baby.
Now 16, you know, this is where we have debate about what to do. Last time I told you, I think it's better to just try to hammer driver over the bunkers.
Okay.
And you said no.
I hate that call.
Yes. So what did I do? Again, this is the round of listening. I listened to you. I could hear
Come
you.
on, baby! 4-iron.
I could hear you saying, get the 4-iron. And I did, and I blocked it right into the tree. Worst 4-iron of the day.
Told me to go to, and I took the bus.
I screamed at you. I said, stupid Eli. So it actually, I actually got a good kick. It kicked out, but I got like 220 left. Went over the green.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I've ever been over the green.
Yeah, I was over the green.
Was the pin on the back level or where was
Pin's front.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, not that hard of a pitch. I pitched to 9 feet, and
Come on,
I looked at this from every angle, and there was a divot right in front. That was my line.
Know you're dead. The ball's gonna hop up about a foot. It's gonna be awful.
Amazingly, I hit it right over the divot. It stayed on line, right in the center, and we par 16.
Come on, baby, let's go!
And we're even on 17. So then 17,
17,
you know,
worst par 3 ever. Where's the flag?
It's in the dead center. So I'm just sitting there. It's like in the dead center. It's 181. I'm like,
Are you nervy at this point? Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it at this point. Yes. It's a very nervy. It's a not trust your hands, try to swipe at it sort of swing. Caught the heel, not the hosel, but definitely the heel.
Not water, right?
No, misses right.
Okay.
Misses right. I'm about 25 yards away, but I walk over there and it is a draw chip. It's like the clouds parted. And Xander Schauffele said, hit the draw chip. Hit the draw chip right here, and I chip it to 2 feet like it was nothing.
Come on, baby!
So we're even going in. I got 3 to play because I got to play 18, and then I got to find.
This course has like 3 of the worst holes in America. 18 is one of those.
So I've got to play 18, 9, and 10. But now I've hit another backup. There's a group. I see 2 groups on 18. So I say, all right, I'll play number 10.
The other worst hole in America.
And number 10, you know, it's the same sort of thing. It's like, what do you hit? How much
you going over the trees?
Do you go to the trees? So I say,
in the bunker. Am I talking too much? Is she talking too much?
So I say, you know what? I'm gonna hit a 4-iron. Just like I did on hole 7, and it's even better than the 4-iron on hole 7. I take a 4-iron
baby,
over that tree. It's in the dead center of the fairway, 120 yards away.
135. Okay, 120. Okay, I like it.
I mashed this 4-iron.
Good gosh.
So I've got a little wedge, and then Wesley Snipes comes out again.
No, stop it.
I blade it.
No,
it's just. I won't say this is a blade, but it's caught thin. It hits 2 hops on the back of the green and then goes over, and over on that green is dead. I pitch out to 15 feet. I don't make it. So I bogey.
So we got two holes. We need to get a birdie.
Yes, I can either birdie 9 or I can birdie 18.
9 is birdieable.
9 is birdieable.
18 in no way. It might not even be parable.
So I play 10, and then I swoop around and hit 9. I had 160 left, and the pin's tucked left. And here's where we start. Here's where temptation. Temptation comes in, Lenny.
To go with the stick?
Well, not necessarily go with the stick, but every part of me saying, just aim at the middle of the green and then turn that, just hood it a little bit.
Don't you do it. Don't you stick that knife in your leg, Ricky Bobby.
Just hood it a little bit, and then draw it in there. But I don't do that.
Come on. Hashtag discipline.
I play my normal shot, but I actually block it a little bit, so I miss it right. I've got 50 feet. I knock it to 2 feet. Again,
come on. I'm standing on the desk now. Come on.
Scotty's on fire with the lag putting. So even par at 9, so par at 9, so I'm 1 over. Going into 18.
My hands are literally on my head right now.
And I'm on 18, and I just say, just keep swinging the way you're swinging. Let's put it on. Let's put it just inside of those bunkers down the middle of the fairway. Little cut. Could have been the best drive of my life.
Oh, come on.
I put it right on the line I was looking at. And I go to pick up the tee, and but then I realize you hit that really hard.
Oh no. Not the stuff on the left.
It went in the stuff on the left, but not bad. It's just in the rough. Got like 130 in. But since I am tucked over on the left, there is a tree that is overhanging. It's not really a problem, but it will affect the shot. Like I can't play a pitching wedge because it would fly too high. So I have a decision to make, and I took some audio here.
All right, Bryant Park 18 dream scenario. 132 in the rough, but there's an overhanging tree. I can play right side of the green. That brings the bunker into play. I could try to hit a low shot and run it up there.
Do it.
That's possible. Lies in the rough.
I don't like hearing low.
Below my feet. But sitting pretty good. I think I can
do it. Play the easy shot.
I gotta try.
Do it.
I'm 1 over. I gotta try to birdie.
No.
I'm gonna go aim right of the pin. Try to draw back.
Oh dear.
Everything inside of me wants to hit this draw. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna hit it straight.
That's what I'm talking about.
Straight shot.
Come on. Oh, that sounded clean.
Get up there.
Come on, baby.
Get up there.
Come on.
All right, I got a shot at it.
35 feet.
You're on the green?
I'm on the green. I got 35 feet.
Oh my gosh, I'm incredibly nervous now. Come on.
But then, before I go to the green, I say, but what if I hit the shot that I was going to play?
Don't do it.
Well, because I'm out of shots to play. I said, I put it in the exact same spot. And I hooded the face. And I said, all right, I'm going to play the shot I wanted to play. And here's what happened.
And there's your double.
And after I hit that shot, with no pressure, by the way.
Please tell me that was the dagger in the heart of this ridiculous punch game.
After that, I recorded this.
It took all my power not to hood that face. Matt Luther, that was for you. John Sherman, Eli. You were right, I was wrong. I'm stupid, you're smart. You're good looking, I'm not attractive.
That's what I'm talking about. It's about time.
All right, so then I have 36 feet for an improbable birdie. The only birdie I would have ever made on 18. And Even par.
Come on.
It's up the hill. It's hard breaking right to left.
Okay.
And it's a good putt, but it does not go in.
Oh.
2.5 feet. I make it
73?
73, my friend.
At Bryan Park?
At Bryan Park.
Holy cow.
I am highly encouraged tonight.
Good night. How many greens did you hit?
I hit 12 greens. Yeah, and actually, let me pull up my stats
Okay.
presented to you by Golf Metrics. Golf Metric stats. Driving, I was a 0 handicap. Approach, I was a +1. Short game, I was a 0, and putting, I was a +8.
Good gosh.
And that what's shocking about that is I don't know if you picked up on it, but I only had that one shot that was in there at 9 feet. The rest of the greens, I'll read them out: 33 feet, 42 feet, 40 feet, 27 feet, 36 feet, 50 feet.
Well, the point is, it's not like you were playing out of your brains, knocking them to within 6 feet a hole.
Yeah, but I was still, but I was playing like a scratch golfer, basically, being that far away from the hole. I knew. Oh, and I didn't. I also didn't give. I meant to give Jason Nickel credit. Jason Nickel gave me like an hour-and-a-half tutorial a few weeks ago around how to use how he does the decade thing, where he maps out the course and shows what makes a strategy. So I did that on this course.
That is so here. Okay, here's my question. Coming from the man who said, "Boring golf is miserable. I hate this sport." Was this a not fun round, or was this a fun round?
Oh no, I was having all kinds of fun.
Okay, can we put this to bed? Are you done hitting these? I'm not saying every punch shot is stupid, but was this an eye opener for you? 18 had to be an eye opener.
Here's what I'll say. Lenny, put on some special music. Let's take a moment for us. To the people that I spoke badly of, or for the immature statements that I made in Kentucky about playing safe,
about hating boring golf, and you actually tried to tell me that playing reckless, you needed to do that to play well. We're gonna push past all that.
18 showed me something that what wasn't recorded was I actually went over that ball and I hooded the face, and I was just about ready to pull the trigger.
Good night.
Kudos to all the strategy, but also kudos to Larry, because I really do think this move is the right move, and I don't think I've figured it out. I feel like I'm on the right path, and I hope everybody forgives me.
Lenny, cue the applause music. I'm like the guy in Rudy, just awkwardly clapping at the end.
I've never seen Rudy.
What?
Yeah, have we talked about this? I've never
my gosh.
I've never wanted to watch Rudy.
It's pretty historically accurate.
2 days after my 73, I shot a 94. But that's okay. That's just going to be the way this goes. Eli was right. The commitment has been made. It's about time to make a run for the number. Next week, we'll catch you up to our current handicaps, our OFPs, our mental psyche heading into the late summer run. That's next time on Chasing Scratch. Thanks as always for listening today. If you like this podcast, please subscribe and leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter at Chasing Scratch 0, on Instagram at Chasing Scratch Pod, and at Chasing Scratch Podcast on YouTube. We will have the lesson video with Larry coming up on YouTube later this week. We were mixed today, as always, by Lenny Sterner, produced by Flatside, inspired by KF Rager. Special thanks to Titleist. Special thanks to Greenbrier. Special thanks to Larry Ward. Thanks to Taylor V. Thanks to the Velcrin. Kudos to Craigers. Yeah, to Neil. Music credits are in the show notes, and we'll be back with another podcast next week. We'll talk to you then.
Do you have any food at the club? Ooh, no.
Sorry about that.
Nope. Now, there is 6 feet inside granola bars, Snickers bars, Gatorades. But Eli was like, he didn't want to tell me about that. He said, no, the bar's not open. They can't make any breakfast.
Actually, in all honesty, I didn't know they had snacks up there. I've never really.
You've never gone to the. You've never.
It's always at night. I never get a. If you want a snack, I always have. I know the cart girls out there.
You never gone to the desk? It's right there at the desk.
I've never paid attention. But the food is not obvious. Just that little box.
It's right next to the jar. It's like the.
It's right.
The jar for the kids.
Is it really that hard?
The kids that can't read? No, it's the pick a penny, take a penny jar.
Instead of checking the box that says single, you check the one that says married. It's right next to it.
So we take a penny. We take a third of a penny. We do it. We just deposit a couple hundred times.
Yeah, this whole thing was really
orchestrated. This is
your like Tupac and Biggie.
This is your exception. This is
Lenny Q, the reception music.
Did we have reception music?
I have no idea.
Well, anyway, I interrupted your thoughts by blaming you for all my problems. Hold on. Let's solve.
I'm gonna get a parfait real quick. How many times do you think you've talked to me in the middle of this McDonald's while ordering?
Countless.
It's 1,000 or 10,000.
What can I get for you?
Sausage McMuffin with egg.
I'm going to take a sausage McMuffin with egg.
Large Coke.
Yes, sir.
Large Coke.
Yes, sir.
And then a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit meal with a Coke.
Anything else for you?
That's it.
Total's coming out to $867.
Thank you. I hope you get to hear the bro guy now. Hey, have a good day, bro.
Come on, bro guy.
Hey, bro. It's my favorite guy on the planet. Come on, be him. Be him.
Logan, so you headset.
You take headset?
Yes.
867. How are you,
Apple,
man?
I'm good, man. Apple Pay, please.
I got you, bro. Everything going all right, you, man?
It's good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You need a receipt, man?
No, I'm good.
You have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
All right.
Did it.
Jack's
a strong bro.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
You ready to go play, right? Sunday.
That's right.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Oh, what a great McDonald's.
Is it just me, or did that security guard know an awful lot?
He had a lot of convenient information. I've never seen someone so excited to use Apple Pay. I got you, bro.
Hey, bro, you having a good day, bro? That guy, if I'm having the worst day ever, that guy puts me in a good mood. I'm just gonna hand over money to a corporation. Good, that sounds great, bro.
I'm gonna use the technology.
Here we go.
I'm gonna use NFC technology. Near field communications. I got you, bro. I got that.
You good, bro? What are you getting ready to do?
I got the NFC chip. I got that chip right here.
It doesn't matter what you say. Be like, how you doing, bro? I just crapped my pants. I feel really sick. Oh, that's great, bro. That's great, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
He